And because of the spike in cases, Madison County has now been placed on the state's COVID-19 task force watch list. It's for communities who's seen a 200% increase or more in cases. Our Kayla Carlisle heard from local leaders today. They tell us what we need to do to be more responsible.
Last Friday, we had 85 quarantine cases in Madison County. Today, we have 243.
Madison County has seen more than 150 new quarantine cases of COVID-19 in the last 7 days. This upward trend is being seen all across the state.
If we do not get this under control, it's going to overwhelm our healthcare system, which has been the worry that we have had the whole time.
In just 1 week, Madison County has seen nearly 50% more hospitalizations, resulting in 59 people being placed under higher supervision.
In our state, about 30% of hospitalized cases will require some intensive care management at some point during that hospitalization. I just looked at that data this morning. We look at it every day. And of the persons that are hospitalized that, again, require that high level, about 17% require some kind of ventilatory support.
Dr. Karen Landers with the Alabama Department of Public Health says many of the new confirmed cases come from the younger community, which scares local leaders with the chance of people gathering for Father's Day weekend.
If you have the option and you want to see a father that in turn is in one of those high-risk categories, you know, I strongly suggest that you follow some of the things that we talked about. Please distance. Without question, wear masks when you're close together. You know, we all want to see our dads when we have the opportunity to do that, but it's something that concerns us with people getting together.
That high-risk category is anyone over the age of 65 or anyone with underlying health conditions. Putting the Valley first, I'm Kayla Carlisle, WZDX News.